Here we are, folks. Collins Street. Just heading out to Garden Remembrance. There's the beautiful GPO. Already outside our GPO.
Por esta razón se une Irlanda, se reúne con Yemen y le dice: vale, y yo te reconquisto tus tierras, pero me tienes que dar algo a cambio. Y le dice Yemen:
Fuck you. Outside our GPO. Are we there though? See if we can make it across there. What's this all about?
Palestine.
So what about the young folk that are out there?
Sorry?
You're not supporting the young folk that are out. Harvey that died.
Well, we're good as well, yeah.
He's not supporting now, right?
No,
There's a protest on now.
Fair enough, yeah.
If you do it at any time.
Are you videoing me?
Yeah.
All right, well, don't do that, okay?
Why?
Because I don't want you to.
You're out here in public.
I don't give a shit.
Well, you're out here in public. Met him the last time.
Why'd you bother?
Why do I bother?
Yeah.
Why do you bother? Oh, but the young lad up the road there, Harvey. You don't support him?
I will.
Yeah. No, it's not real Dublin Muslim. You should be supporting him. I mean, this protest is only going to happen for one day. They can do that any day. It wasn't aggressive to him. Just told him the facts, state the facts. That's the story, 420. Heading up there now. And plus it's a bit real them having the Palestinian flag outside our GPO. In fairness. Sorry, it's just fixed me back there. How is your own? How are you? What's the story, Dots? Alright, Sean. Just gonna see what this is all about anyway. I'm expecting to be a peep before a profit protest. Maybe Elizabeth. Yeah, I was a bit late getting in there. Not that far from Garden Remembrance anyway. Remember they used to have a picture on the back of that. Like some sort of man's face was made out in the back. Now they're covering it. See, there's a load of blue lights up there anyways, yeah. Don't know if you can see that in the background. On the Garden Remembrance Street. Where am I? Just near the top of Collins Street. Here's the Garda coming down the street now on their bikes. Don't know if you can see it in the distance. They're all coming down the road there. Maybe people are going to be marching down the street here, Eddie. To be honest, I haven't got a clue what's even happening here. Other than I know it's for the young fella, Herbie. Oh, there's the fucking picture up there. Wrong building, mousey. Thought they covered it up. Yeah, they are actually marching down the street here. So I'm always like it in the mix. How are you, dog man? How are you, Peggy? How are you, Raw? What's the story? 420. Give it the big turnout for the kids. Fairly big turnout. Justice for Harvey. Yeah, justice.
When do we want it?
I was right up the road there. Big crowd. Jesus.
What's the story?
Jesus, what's the story?
I can't see in a second.
Yeah.
Number of Peadar there.
What's the crack? At least I'm meeting a few people here. Justice for Harvey. How are you? That's live, Mr. Boston. How are you? So I get in the front here. I see people before, private cameraman there.
Now! Justice for Harvey! When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey!
When do we want it?
Justice for Harvey, 100%. Thanks, Blizzard. How are you, Martin? Nice and Martin.
Justice for Harvey! Now!
What's the flag?
When do we want it? Now! No child waiting. What do we want? What do we want?
Those two pop on the front.
What do we
they shouldn't do it. It's political for them holding that sign. It's political for them holding that sign. So I'm not even going to get them on they should be at the back of the crowd.
Paul fucking Murphy.
The two of them should be at the back of the crowd. It's not to do with
You see who's there? Pete before profit.
Yeah, representing their
Trying to benefit off this year.
Yeah.
What do we want?
That's
What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
Look who's over there, Paul Murphy. We'll go over to him, will we?
When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it?
There's Paul Murphy there.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? Justice for Harvey. When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want
On
it?
Collins Street here, folks.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want it? When do we want it? What do we want?
Justice for Harvey. Now. Justice for Harvey. Now.
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it? What do we want? Justice for Harvey. When do we want it? What do we want? Justice for Harvey. When do we want it? What do we want?
We're going to bring the Palestinian flags or scarves, sorry. And look who's up the front here.
What do we want? Justice for Harvey.
Our number one Sinn Féin.
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it? What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
Mary
When do we
Lou.
want it? What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it? What do we want?
Saw me on live on
When
TikTok.
do we want it?
Yeah, Mary Lou up the front.
What do we want? No child waiting. When
Looking
do
for
we
the
want
votes.
it? What do we want?
No child waiting.
When do we want it? What do we want? No child waiting. When do we want it? What do we want?
No child waiting.
When do we want it? What do we want?
No child waiting.
When do we want it? What do we want?
There's a crowd up there
When do
flying
we
ahead.
want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want?
Why wasn't she out protesting well before this? Before the
What do
child
we
died?
want? When do we want it? Justice for Harvey. What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it? What do we want?
Paul Murphy, Pete before profit up the front as well. Looking for the votes as well.
When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? Justice for Harvey, no! Justice
No, yeah.
for Harvey,
Voting.
Justice for
There's Paul
Harvey.
Murphy as well.
Justice for Harvey,
There's Paul Murphy there. Isn't
Justice for Harvey, 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 Justice for Harvey,
How are you? Let's get back up to the front. Here at the square. Thanks, bro.
Justice for Harvey.
How are you, Robert?
Yeah. Justice for Harvey.
Should have gone as far as the doll.
Justice for Harvey. Justice for Harvey. Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
What do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
How are you, Jerry?
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
How are you, Wolf?
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
What do we demand it? What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
What's the story, Frankie? Last day is
What do we demand?
Atlas. Justice for Herbie, yeah.
What do we demand?
Justice for Harvey.
Oh, what's the crack, bro?
Justice for Harvey. Now.
What's the crack, bro?
Justice for Harvey. Now.
Yeah, Hannah order. Good Tino, how are you? Yeah, good turnout, wasn't it? This is Mary Lou. She's there to get the vote numbers up for herself. It's got to be wrecked. I'm going to get up the front there now, in front of her. Out the front there.
No child waiting! No child waiting!
No
What
child
do we
waiting.
want? Justice for Harvey! When do we want it? What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it? What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it? What do we want?
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it?
Maybe your last days, yeah. Hope you're well.
Justice for Harvey.
When do we want it? When do we want it?
How are you, Matthew?
Justice for Harvey.
Yeah. All the cameramen now.
Justice for Harvey. Now.
They're heading down this way towards the custom house.
Justice for Harvey. Now. Justice for Harvey. Now.
What's the story, Boots?
For Harvey. Now. Justice for Harvey. Now. Justice for Harvey. Now.
Ah,
Yeah, decent amount of
ah, stop, yeah. Bollocks started it.
Yeah, not even bothering with the sign there.
Every Joe from Cork City, Niceman Joe.
Exactly. We want Harris or we want him on a
Yeah,
boat.
and I tell you where the famine statues and the kids more and the Africans. No, I haven't seen that now.
We fish roll. Destroy killer.
There we a freaked out tent. It's very, very big numbers, isn't it? There's me buddy there, umbrella man.
What do we want? Justice for Harvey. What do we want it? Now.
There we are waving. There we Jade, Zaid. There we a lady there. And Paul, if you're in there. Justice for Harvey. Yeah, Jerome, yeah. Well, that's somebody here to explain to you, Vicky. There's more people coming in and be asking the same question. That's Harvey there.
What do we want? Justice for Harvey! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice for Harvey! When do we want it? Now!
Yeah, as you can hear them, they're saying Simon Harris out. Harris is off enjoying an Oasis concert there a few days ago.
Yeah, I know the words to say.
Still people down the very back corner there coming around. Simon, do the simple things, resign. That's the crack, bro. Alright. Wouldn't come in.
Huh?
You wouldn't come in.
What do you know? Oi.
Don't know. They said it's probably a lefty protest
Aye.
full of sinners.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but still, this is
Yeah, it's important the child, isn't it?
it's fun at the end of the day.
That's it.
That has to be done.
That's good done,
Yeah.
yeah. No, not yet, no. Don't see him, yeah. He'll be bleeding his sleep or something. Where are they going? The custom house, is it?
I think so, yeah. That fucking Mary Lou's gonna be there, isn't she?
She's up the front there.
She's up the front, is
Yeah, she's up the front. She's up the front, yeah, with the big banner. Mary Lou and fucking Paul Murphy's up there as well with her.
she? Oh, Murphy's up there, is it?
Yeah. Not been right in her face, I was.
Why, you right in her face?
Yeah.
Lovely. Stick the juice out. You're on the ball, so.
Oh, yeah.
On the right side of history, and anyway, you.
Sinner. Beating Sinner, that's the end of the story.
He's trying to blend in with it, he's trying to get in with it.
Yeah, she get all the votes now. Same as him.
Ah, because it is.
Because of this shit, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
on the bandwagon,
supporting
full fed.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy with that.
Is he, yeah?
He'll say it.
I hope he does.
He will, of course, he always voices opinions. There's one thing I'll always say about him. Thinking about going over the 14th of September, I'm over to London there.
We're going over, yeah.
Yeah, he's insane, yeah. We're going over, man. Fucking get the boat straight. You can get on the boat with a Labour card, can't you?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
No, the Labour card, you can on the boat.
You can get on the boat, yeah, I just went with it, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but not,
Just heading down here to the custom house. I want to see if I know any faces, other faces along here. It's fair play to everybody getting out. Like, most of these probably are lefties. There's a few of the lads in the mix here supporting them all.
What do we want? Justice for her.
Custom house there.
What do we want? Justice for her. Where do we want it?
Drag, bro.
What do we want? Justice for her. Where do we want it? What do we want? Justice for her. Where do we want it? What do we want? Justice
So we're full here anyway.
No.
Elizabeth, you couldn't throw a comment in there just to see if the comments are still working.
Hey, I'm very sorry. So much where I was going. Sorry.
The comments look like your pause, Jason, if we can find to show you on me there. That leading speaker. I'll get a bit closer.
1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. If I can get the speakers to make their way up here, please. If I can get the speakers to go up here, please. It's a wonderful turnout here today. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for turning up for this really important march, this really important sort of, very important for the family, very important for the community. It's wonderful to see so many people here. It gives a little bit of comfort in a very, very dark place. It's not the type of demonstration you want to have to organise, to put together. We have a grieving family, but what we need to do is we need to show them that they're not alone, and that their son passing won't be in vain. So if anything can come from this, is that we have real change that will make the lives better of so many children and families on our island. Because for too long our voices haven't been heard, and we've been shouting for a long time, but for some reason nobody wants to listen. So to do justice to Harvey, they have to listen now. And by everyone turning up today to show Harvey's family that they care, that in of itself offers huge comfort. But it's a battle. We've been battling for a long time. The speakers today will articulate the battle that we've been fighting. I can't help but get emotional. This is my daughter here, Sophia. My name is Bernard Mulvaney. I look around and I see so many faces of so many families that we've protested with, we've held demonstrations with, to try and make life better for our community on the island of Ireland. And I hate to have to say this, but after such a long time, things haven't got better. And if anything, things have gotten worse. And I'd like to think that today, that with the terrible passing of Harvey, that today could be some sort of point of reference that people will say, that can't go on anymore. And the change that our community, our beautiful, at times voiceless, caring and disability community, that voice needs to be heard now. And I'm really serious on this. People need to start listening to us, because as you've seen here, look around and see so many people out to show their solidarity and love to Stephen and Gillian and the kids, you know, to show them they're not alone. But they're also saying to you, we're not alone and we've had enough of it. And we're not going to tolerate it anymore. We're not going to tolerate the injustice of our children waiting. We're not going to tolerate the injustice of our kids languishing in pain. You've all seen the videos. You've seen the videos of our children, of Harvey struggling for breath. That's not acceptable in Ireland. This is supposed to be a developed society. We're supposed to be wealthy. We're supposed to be inclusive, accepting, caring. As it stands, when you look at those videos, you can't say that. When you look at the RSI saying 1 in 2 people with disabilities lives in poverty, the most of anyone in society, that's not acceptable anymore. The care referendum sent a clear message. We won't tolerate that anymore. And Harvey. We have to do it now for Harvey, to honour Harvey's name. We have to do it for Stephen and Gillian and the kids. We have to show Ireland, to show the people that Harvey is going to make that difference that he would have made had he not left us so soon. Compassion. We need compassion. And we need people to listen. We are a good, decent society. We've always cared for those that need us to care for them. I, for one, do not believe for a minute the people don't care. But somewhere along the way, somebody has allowed our children and the people to be forgotten. And we're saying, enough. Real justice for Harvey will be when we get that change, when we effect that change, and when it never, ever happens again. Ever. I'm going to move on now until we get our speakers on. You've heard enough from Eve. I'm going to get our first speaker to come up. This woman does amazing for the community. She runs a fantastic group, and it's got tentacles all over the island. And she offers people comfort and support when they are very isolated, when they are with their kids and they don't believe that they have anyone listening to them. And Rachel listens to them. She's built a fantastic network of people where we can share our experiences, our struggles, and she doesn't hold back. She shows them clearly where they're failing and calls them out. So I'll invite up Rachel Martin from Fuss Ireland.
I think it's really obvious why we're all here today, and we're here because a young life was lost. Harvey's life. He should still be here, because what happened to Harvey wasn't inevitable, it was preventable, and the people who had the solutions are standing to my right. The government, the state were given those solutions, and they made choices. Harvey was a bright boy, a beautiful boy, and he was clearly loved beyond measure. He had a whole future ahead of him, but he was failed by the very systems that promised to protect him. He was left waiting for care and waiting for compassion that we should never have to beg for. And Harvey, sadly, is not alone. Right now there are hundreds of children waiting on surgery. There are up to 100,000 waiting on physiotherapy, speech and language therapy, psychology. There are over 200 children with no school places for this September, for next week. There's another couple of hundred who will not walk into a school next week because the school is simply not built. Some are in pain, they're losing their quality of life, and sometimes it's the point of no return. This isn't just a crisis in healthcare, it's a human rights emergency. When a state allows children to wait years for life-changing, life-improving care, that state is making a choice, a political choice. It is choosing bureaucracy over urgency. It's choosing budget lines over the lives of our children. It is choosing inaction over life. Our demands are simple. We want clear, urgent action to clear the spinal surgical wait lists. We want clear action on physio, occupational therapy lists, psychology lists. We want all of our children to have the same rights to an education as those who are not disabled. We want a permanent plan, a costed plan to ensure that something like this never happens again. Harvey's name will not be forgotten. His story will never be silenced. We will speak his name in grief. We will speak his name in love, and we will speak his name in defiance. all children in Ireland can grow, play, thrive without being trapped on endless waiting lists while their parents are blamed as, the troublemakers. Harvey, this is for you, this is for your family, this is for every child still waiting, this is for justice. Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. And there is exactly it. Rachel is a mighty advocate for our community, and she is at the very cold face of everything that's going on. What Rachel doesn't know and where the problems are isn't worth knowing. Our next speaker now is a people for profit TD. Paul has been unbelievably supportive of Harvey's family. Also in our Dáil, he has led the charge when it's come to major issues in the clinical care of our children. His analysis and his detail is second to none. And this is what we need. If you look today, you see this is not about individual parties. This is parents who know we need change. And that's why we have a very united front on this. So I'll ask Paul Murphy to come up and speak. Thank you.
First thing, of course, is just to pay tribute to Gillian and Stephen. It's so incredible how they fought so hard for Harvey when he was alive, when it would be so understandable when he dies to say, we're going to focus on our grief, but instead to be out fighting for justice for Harvey, for all children, to be out on the media, to be speaking your stories, your truth. It is incredibly inspiring, and you can make a difference in this country. It's clear from people turning out today, from people on social media, that Harvey touched probably the majority of people in this country. A majority of people support the idea of justice for Harvey. And it's worth asking the question, why? Firstly, because of the fact that they saw him, they saw the videos of Harvey, they were touched by him during his life, his struggles, his parents' struggles. People have solidarity with that. But I also think it's more than that. It's Harvey becoming a symbol for all the children who are so badly failed by this state. For the hundreds of others waiting for necessary surgeries for scoliosis and being failed by the CHI. For all the other children and other aspects of CHI who are failed. But also, like Rachel was saying, for the hundreds of kids who will not have appropriate school places come September, for the 100,000 children who are waiting for assessments of needs or necessary therapies. Harvey's a symbol of all of that, and people asking the question, why? Why does the state continue to fail children so badly? And it's a failure of CHI, it's a failure of the government and of the state, and it's a failure of Simon Harris. Simon Harris will never get away from that interview in 2017 when he promised, as Minister for Health, that no child would wait for longer than 4 months for an operation. 8 years since, and we still have the massive waiting lists. He will not get away from the fact that he refused to listen to the advocacy groups. He won't get away from the fact that he refused to meet with, or failed to meet with, Gillian and Stephen. And for that reason, Simon Harris should resign. But it isn't just about Simon Harris and a personal failure. This is a systematic failure. It doesn't happen to so many children in so many different ways in such severe ways over such a long period of time by it being an individual. It is a systematic failure. And I think there's a deep and cruel irony which gets or points to the heart of what that failure is and what that systematic problem is. It's the fact that while Harvey and others were waiting for necessary urgent operations, there were hundreds of other children getting unnecessary operations. Some of those families, their parents are here today to support Harvey as part of the hip dysplasia advocacy group. And it speaks to something very deeply warped and distorted within our health system, within our society, within our state, where care has been distorted by money. And we all know we're here because we think care should be at the heart of the kind of society we're building. It should certainly be at the heart of our healthcare system, and instead that has been distorted by profit. And I think that's why we're here. It's why we have to stay mobilised, to stay fighting for justice for Harvey, for justice for all children who are affected, for justice for all children in this society, and to stay fighting together until we will achieve this justice. Justice for Harvey.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you very much. We're just going to... This is the nature of the life we live. I'm a carer, but I think Sophia cares for me more. But on this particular day, we had a wonderful mother was going to speak. Unfortunately, she's unable to attend, but she wrote a beautiful poem. And so she asked that Sophia might recite that poem for you. So I'm going to hand you over to Sophia, and she's going to recite the poem that Charlotte wrote.
In fields of green where songs once soared, a silent sadness sweeps the floor. For children looking to belong, Ireland, how could you turn so wrong? Among the crowd a little hand, a quiet plea you fail to stand. Needs left unmet, hope turned away, a hope extinguished every day. One bright soul now lost tonight while waiting for his basic right. To learn, to laugh, to simply live. How much more could one child give? We mourn his name, we bear the pain. A mother's grief is Ireland's shame. Policies cold and heart so blind, compassion lost. How cruel and kind. So Simon Harris, hear our call. You've stood by and watched us through it all. You claim to care, but words run thin. We believe it's time for true change to begin. The children of this island plead a future where they're seen and free. They beg for healing, hope and light, not shadows swallowed by the night. No more failures, no more loss. Let kindness come wherever the cost. Ireland rise, redeem the years of broken trust and silent tears. Thank you.
That's a very poignant poem, and Charlotte has expressed her apologies that she couldn't be here herself. Sophia did it justice, so she is. We're going to have our next speaker now as the leader of A2. Peadar has been very vocal in the Dáil in relation to all issues around people with disabilities. He supported the family, and he has a motion coming at some stage, and this is what we need. We need cross-party support. We need parties to work together on this issue because it affects everyone.
Well, Míle Mágat, as an Deshbet and Sean living you. This is an extremely sad day as we all think of Harvey, but it's also an extremely powerful day. A day in which the leadership of one family has shown enormous power in relation to what's happening in this country, and I want to pay tribute to Harvey's family for the leadership that they have shown in the jaws of the heartache that they have suffered, that they have started the fight for justice for Harvey, and to make sure that no other child in this country ever has to wait again. I want to talk briefly about political dysfunction first of all. Political dysfunction is often spoken about in abstract terms, but I believe that political dysfunction is causing the loss of lives of citizens of this country. I have no doubt about the absolute mismanagement by this government of our health service is leading to the loss of life of people. If you look at how many women lost their lives because of cervical check scandal and the dysfunction that happened there, how many people like Aoife Johnston lost their lives in our health service for the want of antibiotics or some health service, and how many children are now suffering on the waiting list for scoliosis for the want of treatment and the dysfunction of this government. And Children's Health Ireland is sinking in dysfunction at the moment. It's absolutely incredible that Children's Health Ireland were allowed to put unregulated springs into children, that they made hundreds of children undergo hip dysplasia operations that didn't meet the threshold for those operations. Currently we know also in relation to Children's Health Ireland that from a leaked report that there's a toxic culture in that organisation. The state money is being spent without being overseen properly there as well. And the fact that today the waiting lists in Children's Health Ireland are increasing, that 233 children today are on those waiting lists for operations because of scoliosis. It's absolutely incredible. And I believe that Children's Health Ireland should be closed down and their management should be sent away packing. Currently there is one child who is waiting 4 years for surgery. There's another 2 children who are currently waiting for 3 years. There's 20 children currently waiting between 6 months and 9 months for operations within Children's Health Ireland. Think about that for a second. They're allowing for operations to be taking place on children who don't need them, and children who do need them are not getting the operations that they need currently. Now, I'm listening to CHI and they're saying that the waiting lists are getting longer because they're complicated. I know for a fact that that's not true. Those waiting lists are getting longer because of the lack of capacity and because of the competence within that organisation. I spoke to one mother this week and she told me that her child's operation was cancelled because of the fact that post-operation aftercare was not available. We're living in a country where this government squirreled away 8 billion euros last year of budget surpluses, and they can't afford post-operative care for a child after an operation. CHI has 36 million euros on its books at the moment. It's sitting on 36 million euros, and yet it can't afford the necessary care for our children. It's absolutely wrong. And interestingly, CHI has still not given its report for 2024, which is unacceptable. There have been 9 separate reviews and audits into CHI's dysfunction, and there's no clarity from this government in relation to what to do for it. Now, this government said every year this government boasts about children coming off that waiting list. Well, I have done the necessary research on this, and other people have too. Many children are being timed out of waiting lists. It's not that they're getting the operations, they're just hitting 18. They're becoming adults, and they're coming off the waiting lists as a result. Now, Simon Harris promised in 2017 that no child would go longer than 4 months for a scoliosis operation.
It's good numbers for the turnout for Harvey.
That promise to every child on that waiting list. And at the time, Simon Harris says we don't need ministers to defend the indefensible. And he said that those waiting lists were indefensible. In Simon Harris's own word, his position is indefensible right now. Harvey spent 33 months on the scoliosis waiting list before he got the surgery that he needed. He was told in August 22 that he would get the surgery. In March 23, they got a date. And then that was cancelled in April 24. A cancellation that happened abruptly with no information. And I remember questioning Simon Harris in relation to the Dáil. Why would he not meet with the families who were taken off the waiting list without even being known, without it being known to them? And Simon Harris did not make the time to meet those families. Now, I believe that Ireland is an accountability-free zone. No one in the political establishment ever pays the costs of the damage that they wreak on the people of Ireland. And I think until that changes, we are cursed to wake up morning after morning listening to the same crisis and heartbreak on our radios. Accountability could be the catalyst for change. It could be the remedy to the crisis that we're having in this country at the moment. Accountability will be transformative in relation to what is happening. Now, I believe that Simon Harris should be made accountable. I believe that Simon Harris must resign. Simon Harris is not fit for office. I believe that Simon Harris, though, has not got the integrity to resign from his position at the moment. What happens to our political class that they're so divorced from the reality of the experiences of real people's lives? Now, we will take advice always from Harvey's family. They are the leaders in this particular campaign. If they agree, and no other political party does it before us, we will table a motion of no confidence in Simon Harris in the Dáil at the earliest opportunity. And I will say this, beware of Simon Harris posing as a contrite politician. Simon Harris is under fierce pressure at the moment, and I worry that he will bring people on a merry-go-round of meetings just to save his own political skin. I hope the negotiations and the discussions do work.
Here's
I
Simon
hope
Harris
they bring
a few days ago.
A fix
Joining the
to the
Oasis gig.
dysfunction in CHI. But I am telling people to be cautious of Simon Harris. And I will say this as well. We have a presidential election coming up soon, and there will be candidates from the government parties. Do not let them insulate themselves from the record they played in government with our children. I believe that the heartbreaking passing of Harvey can be a turning point in Irish society. One that makes real the objectives of the proclamation of the Republic, to make sure that every single child in this country is cherished. But we are all citizens of this Republic, and it's up to us equally to take responsibility for this Republic. So I urge you to help the family build the campaign necessary to bring justice for Harvey.
Thanks, Father. Thank you very much. Our next speaker now does an amazing job of advocating for our children. Like, seriously, she does so much, and we don't ever get an opportunity properly to thank her. But Una, you'll have seen Una on prime time and all. She does so much for us, and we want to say thank you. And we want you to listen to what Una has to say, because Una knows.
Thank you. I only wrote this morning, so bear with me. I'm reading off my phone. So I'm Una Keightley, and I'm the co-lead of the Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Pediatric Access Group. It's a mouthful, but it's a complex condition. So I'm a mother of 3, and my eldest son Sean, who's somewhere out there today, he lives with spina bifida and scoliosis. The other co-lead of the group, Amanda Coughlin, cannot be with us today, and she is the mother of TJ, who lives with the same condition. So Amanda is another powerhouse of a person. And when I met Amanda, her son TJ was waiting for scoliosis care. And Amanda begged and shouted to get TJ that care. And by the time he was seen by an orthopaedic spinal consultant, time had passed and he was beyond help. He became inoperable under Children's Health Ireland in 2017. That's the reality of having a child in Children's Health Ireland. They live with the reality of that daily, with the pain, the discomfort and the stress, and that is captured in no figures. That has been the subject of not even as much of a letter to Amanda. So what does it mean to become inoperable to a person living with a disability? It means the limited mobility they already have is worsened. Their ability to transfer from their wheelchair to their car is hampered. Their ability to transfer from their wheelchair to their bed is hampered. Putting on socks and shoes, coats and gloves becomes a bigger task than it ever needed to be. It's another additional level of disability, and it means their dependence on others is increased. We want our children to be as absolutely independent of us as possible, so they can become adults in their own right. We want them to reach their full potential. This does not occur on the land underneath our feet and wheels here today. This does not happen under the healthcare system and the supposed care of Children's Health Ireland. I could talk for a week on Children's Health Ireland, but I would summarise it in this one statement. Children's Health Ireland is not an entity that values transparency. It does not function with a child-centred approach to care, nor does it protect its staff well-being in that process. CHI functions on a reactive basis to political, to media and advocacy pressure. That is all. Children's Health Ireland cannot comment on individual cases. That is, unless there's a fluffy story to be shared for the shakedown of charitable donations. That same organisation are giving €19 million for the spina bifida and scoliosis recovery plan. We now know that that funding was not spent as intended, and our children are testament to that today. For a decade, we have highlighted in every way and in any way that we could think of in an effort to show the Irish public that the care standards were and are appalling. That precious children were being harmed by a dysfunctional system. We felt unseen, but today, with the numbers here, we definitely feel seen, and thank you for that. "18 months ago, we protested, the same families, the same children, outside the gates of Leinster House, and begged the government for change. Along with Sinn Féin, we asked them to pass a motion for a mechanism that would allow independent oversight of Children's Health Ireland management, in the hope that this would enable real improvements in spina bifida and scoliosis care. We handed up the solution to the government on a golden platter, and it was slapped out of our hands. The following has happened to children under Children's Health Ireland's care. This is not hearsay, and this is not rumour. Non-medical grade springs for industrial use were placed in children. Unnecessary hip operations have occurred. Waiting list placement in urology were not made in the best interest of children. The consequences of that is that those children, many who are now adults, are at a real risk of infertility and cancer. Children's Health Ireland does not think they have to tell those children, now young adults, that. It is their absolute right to know that information. A Children's Health Ireland commissioned report into spina bifida care stated, evidence gathered from patient charts shows patients have been neglected and not received the level of care that is expected in the modern day and in a developed country. It has emerged through the HICMA report that there are many
people are starting to leave now.
Children's Health Ireland in governance, oversight and accountability. Throughout the world, an infection rate in theatres of 2 to 5% is deemed appropriate. Anything over 5%,
the numbers have definitely dwindled.
Theatre shutdown and an investigation. In Children's Health Ireland funding, a report stated that the infection rate
in children's spina bifida was 55%. No shutdown happened. In Temple Street, the infection rates were 73.4%. No shutdown happened. IT failures resulting in IT staff having to enter theatres to reboot computers happened while orthopaedic surgeries were occurring. A report that CHI has failed to publish and has hidden referred to children's spina bifida left in Clonmel with no multidisciplinary team as orphans. Orphans is a disgraceful, derogatory term implying that they were not worthy of care and that they were less. Transition from paediatrics to adult services was one of the key points in the scoliosis spina bifida plan in 2018. That has never been delivered. Our children are kicked out the door, back to the GP, and you
We showed enough here, folks.
with your begging bowl. HSE policy states that a key worker should be placed to aid with the transitioning of children to adult services and to be accepted. Children are left after they go from CHI.
The numbers are definitely developing.
Into no man's land. Without proper monitoring and assessment of children, they grow into adults. And those adults carry with them the lifelong complications of delayed care, such as diminished lung capacity, renal impairment, pain, degenerative orthopaedic breakdown, reduced mobility, dependence on others, and the inability to live their own lives in the way that they want to. There is nowhere else for our
folks, I'm
children
going to jump
go.
off here.
We cannot go to private hospitals.
Thanks for tuning
They
in.
do not have the paediatric
Justice for
intensive
Harvey.
care units that our children require. This can no longer be dismissed as poor resourcing
Don't think the comment's been
or
booked in the last
staff
while.
shortages.
So see you all later, folks. Yeah.
CHI management have chosen to spend funding